What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a quick ranking on, in my opinion, what is the best skill for every single weapon in the game. Let's jump right into it. Starting off with one-handed sword, I think the best skill available for one-handed sword is by far Revnir. It's one of the biggest reasons you would go one-handed sword sub-shield over anything else. The damage here is absolutely insane. I believe it also has perfect accuracy and crit rate, which is absolutely amazing and super handy. Plus, like, come on, the animation is pretty sick too. This is one of the highest damage skills in the game for the skill level that you can get it at. I think you can get it at level 150, which is extremely early considering how much damage this skill outputs. It even outputs more damage than some tier 5 skills, which is just absolutely phenomenal. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and rank Revnir as one-handed sword's best skill option. Next up, we have the two-handed sword, and I actually think that the best skill for two-handed sword would actually be Soul Hunter. Plenty of weapons get access to this skill, but in my opinion, I think two-handed sword takes advantage of it the most. You get the most damage out of it. It gives you iframes, which helps you dodge things. It also restores your MP. It fears the enemy, which leaves them unable to act by chance, which is amazing. And also just does a buttload of damage, especially on two-handed sword. I think it's very versatile and useful. I think two-handed sword sometimes has trouble recovering MP, so Soul Hunter is two-handed sword's best skill. Next up, we have Katana, and to absolutely no one's surprise, the best katana skill available is Divine Slash. Pretty much the only con of this weapon is that you have to build up the stacks in order for it to be really effective, but honestly, the damage is absolutely insane. I think you even get some iframe skills as well, and I think pretty much everyone saw it coming that this would make the top of the list for Katana's best skill. Next up, we have Halberd. Halberd historically has had plenty of DPS options like Dragon Tooth, Draconic Charge, Strike Stab, and more, and honestly, they're all pretty good. But surprisingly enough, I actually think that Halberd's best skill is going to be Infinite Dimension. Throughout the game's lifespan, I feel like Halberd has struggled with MP recovery. It can do a lot of damage, and it can do a lot of that damage really quickly, but it typically struggles with recovering MP more than any other class until Infinite Dimension was released, and now it is absolutely super easy. Infinite Dimension also deals pretty great chip damage and is getting a buff in its damage as well, which is pretty interesting to see. For these reasons, I think Infinite Dimension is definitely Halberd's best skill. Next up on the list, we have Knuckles. Again, this one is probably not going to be a surprise to anyone, but the best skill for Knuckle is absolutely Asura Aura. This skill single-handedly turned one of the worst weapons in the game into one of the best and most versatile. It's a 0 MP quick activated iframe. It also enhances your damage, crit rate, ailment resist, physical and magic resist, as well as giving you a tool to recover all of your MP back. Not to mention, it also includes the Asura Aura punches, which can accumulate quite a massive amount of damage over time. Asura Aura is likely the best skill in the entire game, without question. Next up, we have Bow and Bowgun. I think the best skill that these two weapons have access to is Crossfire. This is a skill that you just press and it starts to charge up a huge burst of damage that you can eventually let go. Very little animation commitment and very massive damage. The best part is that you can have this charging on the sidelines while you spam the rest of your skills, and then when it's ready, you can just let it go for an absolutely insane amount of damage. There's also AoE, so it more often than not actually gets rid of some like helper mobs that certain bosses spawn. It's just super versatile and unique, and I think it's the best tool that these weapons have access to. Last but not least, we have Staff and Magic Device, and for these two weapons, I think that the best skill in the game for these to use is definitely Magic Cannon. Magic Cannon will charge up over time while you use your other magic skills, and then you can release it for an absolutely insane amount of damage. Especially since the release of Quadal for Staff, Magic Cannon has been seeing so much use in the meta, and it's by far the most useful skill for these two weapons to use. Not to mention that Magic Device also has a skill that lets it just use the previously used skill again. But also with that being said, Magic Cannon is definitely the best skill for these two weapons. It does take quite a bit of time and effort to make these kinds of videos for you guys. So with that being said, if you guys would really like to help me out, and if you'd like to see more Toram Online content like this in the future, please consider subscribing to my channel. But anyways, that's also going to be it for the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one, and peace out.